Hello, Ravi. This is Saravanan here.
Hello.
Hello, Ravi. Hello, Ravi. This is Saravanan here.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm Saravanan here. Is Ravi on the call?
Yeah, this is Ravi.
Okay. Hello, Ravi. This is Saravanan here. Hi.
Hi. Murli, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ravi.
Okay. Who is that caller to?
I think that's me. I joined from a landline.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Divya is there and Uday is there. Okay. Can you guys mute yourself? Like I am hearing a bit of echo. Hello. I think Murli, you need to mute yourself.
Yeah, I'm in mute.
Caller 2 also you need to mute. Caller 2 you need to mute. Oh my god. Okay. Let me go ahead. Guys, since I'm able to hear my voice. Murli, can you please drop and reconnect once again if you don't mind?
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, please. Thank you. So today what we'll be doing is why is the voice? Guys, let me join back once again. I'm dropping off. 2 minutes I'm joining. Guys, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Ravi, trainer is joined 2 times or 3 times. I see that trainer at bc.com.
Let me Saravanan, can you understand what exactly is this Cloudera? Hello? Uday, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay. Saravanan, can you hear me? Okay. Divya, Murli, and you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, this Hadoop, what we are talking about is a open systems distributed framework. Okay, we call this one as a open systems distributed framework here. Let me tell you here. This is an open system.
I'm not able to see your screen, Ravi. Can you please again share your screen?
Yeah, the screen is being shared now.
Okay, okay. Because I was not able to see. Now also I'm not able to see. So just now you're going to share the screen, is it?
No. I have been sharing from the last 5 minutes, Saravanan.
Okay, because I'm not able to see your screen right now.
Yeah,
Divya,
I'm
can
also.
you see me? Uday, can you see the
Yeah,
screen?
I'm also not able to see Ravi. This is Murli.
Now can you see?
No, it says waiting to view trainer at bc.com screen.
This is really absurd today. I don't know. Can you see the screen now?
No.
It's sharing my screen, but I'm not able to show you. What is the reason? I'm presenting the screen, and then when I click on this particular share, can you see the screen now, Saravanan?
No.
Oh my God, what is going on? Or else, let me do one thing. Let me log off and then I'll join once again. This is the case. I don't know what is going on here. 1 minute, hold on, please.
Sure. Just now I was able to see it's gone now.
Divya, you're able to view?
Yeah, now I can see your screen.
Yeah,
What is this?
now I'm able to see the Cloudera thing. Now I'm able to see the document, open system D. Yes. Try to type and I'll see whether I'm able to see those things.
Are you able to see now?
The document is gone, but I'm seeing your Cloudera screen right now.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see the changes.
Yeah, now I'm seeing the document. Yes.
Which one you are seeing right now, Divya? Is it Cloudera you are seeing or the document you are seeing now?
Now I'm seeing Cloudera, and previously it was some analyst and big
Right.
presentation.
Right. Now I'm also able to see only the Cloudera screen. Toggle to the document now.
Yeah. Can you see the PPT now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's gone.
What is gone?
The PPT is gone.
Are you seeing the white screen now?
I'm seeing the Excel sheet now.
How about you, Divya?
Excel sheet.
Excel sheet. Oh my God. What is going on here? Yes. Go to screen, pro screen, your screen with tabs. Go to meeting. Something is going wrong here. I don't know what is going on. I think it's the time I need to reboot my system. Guys, can you please wait for a minute so that I'll come back once again?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here, Ravi.
Okay. The server is offline. Anyway, okay. Let us start now. Can you see my screen now? Divya, can you see my screen?
We are
Yeah,
seeing the meeting screen.
Okay, 1 minute. I started this Microsoft PowerPoint. Yeah, can you see the Microsoft screen now? PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. I think I know the reason why this is not allowing me is because of this virtual machine connection, it seems. But let me start once again. Okay. So in today's discussion, the following points are going to be like this. We are going to discuss about what is a file system. File system. Okay. What is this Windows versus Linux file system? Linux file system. Okay. We'll be seeing something like what is this HDFS in particular, the Hadoop distributed file system in particular. Okay. As well as we'll also be seeing this particular Linux commands, as well as we're going to see this particular HDFS commands in particular in order to interact with this Linux. Okay. Now, before we start working on these particular things, I also would like to understand what is a home directory. What is a home directory? Okay, and what is the home directory in the case of Windows operating system? Okay, and what is the home directory in the case of Linux operating system? Can anybody tell me what is a home directory in the case of Windows operating system? How do you find out the home directory in the case of Windows operating system? Any idea? Sarvana? Suppose if I go here and then if I try to specify something called as CMD, what happens is I'll be able to get one screen. The screen will talk about this C underscore users underscore Ravikumar. Okay, this is what is generally treated as the home directory of this particular user, right? Normally, whenever you are trying to install any operating system, okay, during the installation process of the operating system, it will ask you to specify a username. Okay, it will ask you to specify the username. So what is the purpose of that username? The username is going to control the entire file system, of that particular operating system, Okay, so assume that what is the default drive in the case of Windows? What is the default drive in the case of Windows?
C.
C directory is the default drive in the case of Windows, right?
Yes.
Right.
C is going to be the default drive in the case of Windows here. Okay, so within this particular C directory, what is going to happen is you will be having a particular directory called as the users directory, as well as within this user directory, you are going to have something like the username. Assuming that the username is Ravikumar, and within this one, whatever the work that you do will be stored in this particular directory. How do you know that that is going to be the default home directory? Because the moment once you start going for this particular command prompt, the default screen what you're going to get is nothing but the C colon users colon Ravikumar, and username what you're going to get is going to be your default home directory here. Okay, and there are two types of file systems. The first file system is treated as the local file system, and the second file system what you're seeing here is what is called as a virtual file system. Okay, now let me tell you, suppose if you are having a flash drive and that particular flash drive might be contain some 32 GB or 64 GB or 128 GB of information that should be there. Okay, now without attaching that flash drive to your system, to your laptop, do you think you will be able to access the contents of that flash drive,
No.
Sarvana?
No.
Okay, can you tell me the reason why you are not able to access that one? Why are you not able to access that one, basically? Any idea?
It has to be presented to the system, right? So, for example, any LUNs or anything, not just flash drive. For example, any SAN or NAS or anything, it has to be presented to the system, and then a file system has to be carved out before the system can access it.
So that means that what we need to say here is any file system, okay, has to be collaborated with respect to the operating system for the purpose of accessing the contents.
Correct.
Right? Correct. Without collaborating that one to the operating system, you will not be able to access that particular file system. Okay, so that is the reason what has to happen is that there are two types of file systems. One is nothing but the local file system, and second type of system is called as the virtual file system. Okay, but local file system is something that you can directly sense that one. Sorry, local file system is something that you can directly sense that one. Okay, and virtual file system is nothing but a overlay that sits on that particular local file system. Okay, and if you want to have a particular file system, that should always be supported by its particular corresponding operating system. That should always be supported by your corresponding operating system. Okay.
Correct.
if you don't have that particular operating system, you will not be able to access that particular file system. You will not be able to access that particular file system.
Okay.
Similarly, what happens is this HDFS is also such a type of virtual file system. It is not a local file system. Why? Because HDFS is not an operating system, right? HDFS is not an operating system. It has to be supplemented with respect to the operating system, okay, in order to access this particular HDFS. So that's why what has to be done is that suppose if you are having an operating system in the form of Linux, okay, Linux comes under multiple flavors. Can anybody tell me what are all the different types of Linux flavors what you're having here? Obviously you're having something called as Red Hat. Okay, you also have something called as Ubuntu, as well as you're also having something called as CentOS. These are all the different types of distributions that will supply that particular Linux software. You agree with me, Sarvanan?
Yes, that's correct. And then, yeah, then you have SUSE Linux, you have other kinds of Linux.
Other types of Linux, but the most popular are these Linuxes that we generally use.
Right.
Okay. Similarly, Linux is the operating system concept that has been marketed by these particular distributions. Okay. Similarly, this HDFS is a concept, right? Why I was telling you this HDFS is a concept? Why? Because this is treated as the open source distributed framework, right? This is generated as a open source distributed framework. This is generally treated as the open source distributed framework. So why it is treated as the open source distributed framework? Why? Because Hadoop is nothing but a concept that has been developed by that has been developed on the basis of your Google file system, okay, and then that has been placed on Apache Software Foundation. Any software that is placed on Apache Software Foundations is said to be an what we can say is an open source, that you can download the code from that particular source and then you can start using in your own applications. Basically, that's why it is treated as a open source framework, right? That is basically it is treated as a open source framework. Okay, and another thing that you need to understand here is see here. Similarly, this concept what you are having here has been used by multiple distributions. This concept has been used by multiple distributions. What are the distributions that has been used? Cloudera is one type of distribution that you are having. Okay, you also have something called as Harder Networks. Cloudera. You also have something called as Harder Networks that uses here, as well as you also have something like Mapr. Mapr is one thing that is really using. This is one type of distribution that you can have, as well as any other sources that you can say here, as well as Amazon has come up with its own implementation of this particular Hadoop concept. Okay, as well as Microsoft Azure also has come up with this particular unique concept here. Okay, but one thing that you need to really understand, the most popular one that is available in the market is nothing but your either Cloudera or Harder Networks or Amazon services. These are the popular distributions that you're having here. Okay, so if you want to see how exactly this Cloudera is going to work, let me show you here. Suppose if you open this one, suppose if you open this particular training, 1 minute. Let me do one thing here. Let me close these things. Yeah, this Cloudera quick start, this Cloudera training. Let me check this on this. Forward out. Forward this. Okay. You are seeing the screen, right, Sarvan?
Yes.
CentOS operating system of Linux is getting booted up here.
Okay.
Okay. Now let us come back to this particular point here. Let us come back to this particular point here, and then I'll show you here. These are all the popular distributions what you're having here. Similarly, these are the popular distributions of Linux. Okay, Hadoop is something that can be installed on Linux operating system, as well as Hadoop is something that can also be installed on Windows. But for the purpose of accessing Hadoop on Windows, it is really a cumbersome process where you need to use Sigwin tools for the purpose of accessing. That's why we generally don't go that particular route of accessing Hadoop on this particular Windows platform. That is the reason you need to install Hadoop either on the Linux platform only, So that's why you are expected to be familiar with respect to the Linux file system. You are expected to be familiar with respect to the Linux commands. Okay, and before you start looking into this particular HDFS, that's why this Linux is very much important that we can say here in this particular point of time. Okay. This is one thing. Any questions here, Sarvanan or Divija?
No.
Are you clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now, hold on, please. Let me open this one. Actually, it is not this one. Quick start VM, this one, right? This is the thing that I need to use. Task manager, anything is nothing is open here. 1 minute. Cloud training, cloud. Okay. Okay, so we'll see here. So these are the distributions that you're having here. Okay, now coming back to this particular HDFS, the first thing what we can say is that HDFS is not an operating system. Okay, it is not an operating system. So that means that what you need to have here, you need to have the host operating system, okay, in order to host this particular HDFS. So that's why the host operating system is something called as the Linux that we are going to use here. It's going to be the Linux that we are going to use. Okay, and another thing that we need to understand here is since it doesn't have this hosted, since it is not an operating system, okay, what we are calling here, we are calling this particular file system as the virtual file system. We are calling this particular file system as the virtual file system, which is hosted with the help of this Linux operating system, which is hosted with the help of this Linux operating system, right? Okay. Now, if you want to really start working with this particular uh, virtual file system, obviously what has to happen is that you need to have this particular Linux box. Okay, this Linux box has to be supplemented with respect to this particular HDFS for the purpose of working. Okay, so that means that you'll be in Linux, as well as this is what is your HDFS file system. Okay, so the Linux will be having its separate set of commands, whereas this particular HDFS also will be having its separate set of own commands that we need to use. Okay, and the interaction has to happen from Linux to this particular HDFS. Sarvan and other guys, are you clear with what is happening here?
Yes.
Sarvanan?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just expecting this particular thing to come up, but you need to excuse me for today as this is not really working out. I don't know what's the reason. Divya and Saravanan, is it okay that we can start it tomorrow? Because this is really getting hampering me. I don't know. Or else let me look into this particular 1 minute. Hold on, please. I'll try to use this particular Oracle box and then see if I can start using Hadoop into this one. Start, normal start, we'll see. So guys, if this is not going to work, you need to excuse me for today, and then we'll be able to take out tomorrow, basically.
Okay. Okay.
I need to do a bit of processing in this one, and then I can show you. In the meantime, did you get the Java video, Sarvana?
No, I haven't gotten any video so far. So I'll send a note to Raidu. I haven't gotten any videos so far.
Murali, did you get any videos?
No, I didn't get any.
Okay. This is also not found. Yes, power of this machine. We start power of this machine. We'll start this virtual machine. Just wait, please. Here we have this Hadoop opens. Restoring Hadoop virtual machine state. Okay. Okay. So let me start doing like this basically. Control Alt and then open. You're seeing this one, right, Sarvana?
Yeah. Yes.
Control G, which is clear. Okay. So in Linux, did you ever work on Linux at any time in the past, Sarvana?
Yes.
Divya or Murali?
Exadata is Linux, so yes, extensively work with Linux. Yes.
Okay. So just we'll try to browse all those particular commands in order to give you a look and feel of how exactly this particular Linux operating system and then Hadoop basically works on here. Okay. Now let me tell you. Exit, and here this is asking as the login here. Okay. When this is using this one as the login, what you need to do is that you need to specify something called as Hadoop user and the password is Hadoop. User, Hadoop, Hadoop, and then Hadoop. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. So this is Control Alt. I'll just tell you one more thing so that you can understand. Google.com, Yahoo, tutorial. Just go here 1 minute. I'm just coming here 1 minute. Getting started with Hadoop. Here you'll be seeing user accounts. One is root and Hadoop -user sudo permissions, and then starting the one they are making of this particular Hadoop user. What is the password? The Hadoop password is the Hadoop. Okay, you go here and then you specify Control G Hadoop -user, and then this is Hadoop. Okay, so can you tell me what is this tilde here? What is this tilde here, Sarvan? You are seeing the tilde symbol here, right? What do you think that this is tilde here?
That is the home directory actually. Tilde
Yeah, tilde specifies that we are in the home directory. Okay, if we want to really understand what is the home directory, what we need to do, the first thing what we need to do is that we need to use this particular PWD. Okay, PWD stands for this particular present working directory, and the present working directory what you are having here is /home/Hadoop user /home/Hadoop user. Okay, so in this particular context, let me tell you one thing here. When you go to this C directory, when you go to this particular C directory in the case of Windows, what is the home directory you are seeing here? The home directory what you are seeing here is C:\users:\. Ravikumar is something that you are seeing here, right? This is what is generally treated as your home directory. Okay, now here C: is nothing but the root directory. You agree with me? C: is the root directory. Okay, but in the case of Linux operating system, what is the root directory here? In the case of the Linux operating system, the root directory what you are having here is always treated as this one. This is treated as home, and within this particular one, you are going to have this particular home directory that exists, and within this particular home directory, you are going to have the users. The users are nothing but A. You are going to have something called as A that exists, as well as B that exists, as well as C that exists, basically. B that exists as well as C that exists like this. Okay, this is /, this is home, this is ABC. ABC are treated as the users. Suppose if you are a user A, and then if you are logging into this particular Linux operating system, the home directory what you are going to see is nothing but your /home/A, as well as /home/Hadoop user you are going to log in. Okay, now the first thing is that if I want to view the list, if you want to see the contents of those particular files, okay, what are all the files that are present in that particular directory? The first command what I need to do is that I need to start giving this particular command, which is nothing but your ls command. Ls command I can give here. Okay, so within this ls command you are seeing those particular things. So you are seeing this particular blue things as well as you are seeing this particular green things also as well. Can you tell me what are these particular blue entities indicate, Murli? What does this blue entities indicate? Blue entities. What does it indicate basically?
Those are directories.
Blue things are nothing but the directories, and then the green things what you are seeing here basically they are treated as the files. They are treated as the files. Okay. Now one more thing is that if I want to view the long list of those particular directories, why? Because this is the short form. So server, can you please tell me what is the command that we need to use in order to see the long listing of all these particular entries in that particular directory?
ls -lrt.
ls -l is okay. ls I'll specify something else minus l if I specify, sorry, ls minus l if I specify, I'll be able to see all these particular things. Now, can you tell me what are these things here? You know that mm, these are the these blue things are nothing but the directories, and the green things what you are seeing here are nothing but the files. Okay, and then you can see that this particular file is created on 2008 9 12 like that. These particular files have been created, and then the time when they have been created is specified. Okay, and you're having something else 4096. What does it mean here?
Those are
What does
the
it?
that is the
What
byte.
is the, those are the bytes. That means that whenever a particular directory is created, okay, it will be allocated a default size of 4K. It will be allocated a default size of 4K. That means that the Linux operating system will provide a default size of 4K. Okay, will provide a default size of 4K for those particular directories. That is what is called as 4096. And who is this particular Hadoop user, and who is this Hadoop user here?
This is the username and the group name basically.
Yeah, this is nothing but the username, and this one is nothing but the group name here. So this is the user that belongs to that particular group. Okay, and here if that particular if any particular entry is starting with D, that means that that is nothing but the directory. If any particular entry is starting with the hyphen, that means that that is nothing but your file here. Okay, and then you are having something called as RWX. RWX stands for read, write, and execute. Okay, so the first RWX specifies the read, write permissions of the group. Okay, and second thing is that the read, write, and execute permissions of the user who has created those particular things, and then read, write, and x specifies the persons who are nothing but the other members of that particular group. So that's why these things specifies the access permissions that are being given on those particular files along with this particular directories here. Okay, Sarwan, can you please tell me what is this 12312 and all?
Where is that 12312? I don't see. I don't see 12312. Where is that? Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah.
What are those things? Murli, can you tell me what are those things basically? Generally what happens is those are nothing but the levels. Those are nothing but the levels that exist in this particular system. That means that what happens here is see here. That means that what happens is in this particular directory like Hadoop 0.18.0, you're having 12 levels that exist. 12 levels. What do you mean with those particular 12 levels? That means that you can dig into the directory, subdirectory, and subdirectory like that. 12 number of times you can dig into that particular thing. That's what is being told here in this particular 12 in this particular case. So the place wherever the file is there, you are saying something called as 1. The place wherever pig is there, you are saying something called as 2 here. Suppose if you want to dig into that particular directory, you can go here and then specify something called as cd pig. Okay, you enter into this particular pig. Now when you try to specify something called as ls, okay, you're having something called as all these particular things that are existing here. All these particular things that are existing here. These are all the different jar files that are existing. That means that from the first level, you can have the option of getting into those particular 2 levels like this. Okay, so cd is nothing but the change directory that will allow you to jump from the parent directory to the subdirectory as well as from the subdirectory to the parent directory. Divya, you are following what I'm saying here. Divya
Yes.
and Murli.
Yeah.
Okay, Now, if I want to come back, what are the two ways that I can come back here? If I can specify something as CD, and then I can specify something as dot dot. When I specify something called as dot dot, that means that take me to the parent directory of the pig. Take me to the parent directory of the pig. So where are you right now? Suppose if you specify something as pwd, you'll be able to understand that you are in home, and within that home you are there in Hadoop user as well as you are in pig here. Okay, suppose if I want to go to this Hadoop user, Sarvan, what is the command that I need to give?
cd dot dot.
Cd dot dot. Okay, then where I'll be taken? I'll be taken into this particular directory of Hadoop hyphen user. I'll be taken, right?
Right.
Hadoop hyphen user. I'll be taken.
Yeah.
Now, suppose if I want to go to the home directory, what should I do?
cd dot dot slash dot dot.
Okay, I need to do something like cd dot dot, and then I need to specify dot slash dot dot. If you specify, then you can have the option of going into this particular home. Okay, now when you try to specify where are you existing, you'll be able to see this particular home directory that you are existing at that particular point. Okay, so here let me tell you here, there are a couple of Linux commands that you need to really work on. There are a couple of HDFS commands that you need to really work on. Okay, and the moment once you start getting familiarized yourself based on this particular Linux commands and this particular Unix commands, sorry, HDFS commands, then slowly what we do is that we'll start getting into this particular MapReduce architecture, and then we'll be working on this particular MapReduce framework in order to talk about the other aspects of this particular program here. Okay, the course roadmap is going to be like this. Tomorrow we'll be seeing the in and out of this particular Linux commands. Okay, and next class we'll be seeing the in and out of this particular HDFS commands basically. Once those particular things are done, then I'll be starting this particular MapReduce architecture. We'll be seeing what is a mapper, what is a reducer, or what exactly is the programs that we can work on this particular MapReduce programs. The moment once you are comfortable, we'll be working on a couple of programs before we start seeing the exact picture of this particular Hadoop ecosystem. So Sarwan, you are okay today?
Right, right, yes.
Okay. How about you, Murli? Divija, you are following?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll be, one thing what I'm saying is that please try to get Murli and Sarvanan, please try to get the Java tutorial. Have you ever worked on Java in the past, Murli and Sarvanan?
No,
That is the,
no, I'm not working.
okay. So you are expected to have some Java sessions that need to be shared by this person, like Right Garu, and then based on that one, we can take it further and then we can start working on those things basically. My only expectation is before we get into this particular MapReduce programs, I expected you to have a basic walkthrough on those particular Java sessions before you get familiar on this particular activities. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay, guys. I'm sorry for the disconnect. What has happened basically because I opened multiple sessions and this Cloudera has created a bit of rupture over there. But I think tomorrow we should be good and then we'll take it from there. Okay?
Sure.
Thanks, guys, and have a good night. Good night, Divija. Good night, Murli and
Good night.
Sharvan.
Good night.